Have you been on a dating app recently? Well, I can't say I recommend it. You know, I opened an app the other day and a guy had chosen the prompt, change my mind about women. Change my mind about women is what he decided to write. Yeah, glad to hear that misogyny is alive and well. Or another guy had wrote, dating me is like pouring tequila in your eyes. Well, glad we can avoid that train wreck. So hearing those prompts, you may not be surprised to hear that I am still single. But fret not, I am a romantic. I love a good rom-com. So much so that I thought life was supposed to go a certain way. There were moments that were supposed to be moments. There were moments that were supposed to be magic. But the more life that I lived, there was no magic to be found. It was confounding and confusing. Part of me thought, I am incredible. I have this light. Who wouldn't want this? Who wouldn't want to be with me? And one day, my one true love would come and sweep me off my feet. But then another part of me said, oh no, you are too emotional, too broken, too much, and no one will ever really love you. Not only that, but my body was a place that maybe I was okay with visiting, but not a place I wanted to stay. Not only that, it was too big in some places and too small in others. Imagine having the dichotomy of I am incredible and I have this light with my body is a mistake and I don't want to exist another second in it. Where's the fairy tale in that story? I had my first major crush when I was 15. He was really cute, and we were involved in the same things, had the same friend group, and I thought, oh my gosh, this is it. We were friends, right? And that's how it happens in the books, in the movies, and the TV shows. The guy wakes up one day and realizes that the love of his life has been there all along. And he was that guy, and I was that girl. He just had to wake up and see it. And so I mustered all the courage that I had, and I told him that maybe I had a crush on him. He said he saw me as more of a friend. I held out my light and said, look, it could all be yours. It's all right, high school. It's not like he was going to end up dating one of my friends. That did happen. No matter, college. College is where things get serious. Flash forward to my sophomore year, and I meet this guy who just everyone loves. He oozed charisma. You know that acronym, WOO, winning others over? That was him to a T, and we spent every moment together. And not only that, but this time, the pieces fell into place. He would always buy my dinners. He would send me random presents. We spent every moment together. We had this emotional connection. And I thought, oh my gosh, this is it. And so again, I mustered up all of my courage. And I said, hey, I think you like me. I like you. Let's date. I held out my beautiful light again. And he said that he liked the way it looked and he liked the way it sounded, but no, he couldn't see it working out romantically. And then ended up dating one of my friends. I won't lie to you, I fell apart. What was wrong with me? I felt like I was in this endless cycle over and over again, and I am not the pretty girl's best friend, I'm the main character. But then another part of me said, you absolutely deserve this. It wasn't until 2 years after college that I remembered something. I was a child, and hands grabbed me. Hands that were supposed to be safe broke me. Hands that were supposed to be safe tore me apart. And then all the voices made sense. The ones that said that I deserved this, that I deserved heartbreak, that I'd never find love. So what do you do when the body that you've been given was taken away from you? What do you do when the body that you have has never felt like home? You rebuild. You rebuild and cherish all of the goodness that you have. And slowly but surely, as I started to do that, my light came back, and it was brighter than ever. My body that had carried more than she had ever needed to was sacred and beautiful and holy. And then, when I was 26, I met a boy on a dating app. And he absolutely changed my life. This time, I held out my light again, and he said it was the most beautiful thing he'd ever seen. And not only that, but that light made him better. And then he shared some of his light with me, and it made me better. It was like this mirror being held up in front of myself, finally acknowledging all of the goodness that I had neglected to see for the past 26 years. And I thought, oh my gosh, fairy tales do exist. How else do you explain this dream come true? And then, after a year and a half, the boy woke up. You see, he had loved every second of the dream that he'd been living. But he woke up realizing it wasn't his dream he had been living, it was mine. And so he packed up all of his goodness and his light, and he left. But my light, I thought this time it would be enough. I thought this time I would be enough, and it turned out that I was right. You see, because when I rebuilt, I disentangled all of the shame and the guilt that had been planted there. Guilt says I did something bad. Shame says I am bad, and neither was true. I am bold and beautiful and brilliant, and just because someone doesn't have the capacity to love me does not mean that I am unlovable, and just because I was brokenhearted did not mean I was broken. And now and forever, I have a place to come home to. Me, myself. And it is a holy, beautiful place. It's a homecoming for the ages.